I have modified that model on the basis of that. In the calculation of Ryan Wright, they have taken the hydraulic. That paper, whenever I communicated to the physical scripter, then referee comment that if you should introduce the Hartree-Fock wave function for both the electrons, then result should be relatively better in comparison to the previous result. That is not physically so justified as they think. That's why in the present model we have modified and taking the Hartree-Fock velocity distribution for both the electrons, and that's why they give the very good result. Next. In the theoretical model, theoretical ionization, second is ionization associated with the auto-ionization. In the case of auto-ionization, we have taken the contribution of OJ emission, radiation. First is radiative transition and second is radiation-less transition. In the case of radiation-less transition, whenever the energy is not sufficient to eject the electron, then the outgoing electron knock out the valence electron and ionization takes place. In the result of my company that there is some possibility of OJ effect in this calculation. Next. Contribution, that is ejected part contribution. We have added scattered part and ejected part, and after that, on the basis of experimental data, we have taken the contribution. We see that with the enhancement of the energy, whenever the physical process gradually going on C, then we feel that our result with the increase of the energy comes better and better. This is the graph presented. Energy data that is published in the year 2005, and the above graph.
Or he wants did not agree. There were 4 lines.
Actually, sir, we have, as I told you, that we have separated. We have considered the scattered part contribution, ejected part contribution, total, and the single ionization and double ionization. In the case of experimental result, that in the case of high energy region, they are going to collides. That completely indicates that in our calculation, the experimental result of double ionization or the theoretical results of single ionization at least should be that magnitude should be differ from order of magnitude. But in effect in that calculation, that's why after that we have taken the OJ effect for both the.
Now there is a student, Mr. Ankit Anand, student from back journey of knees. Mr. Ankit Anand, I am.
Honorable Chairman, good morning to you all. Presently I am going to. Actually, what is solar cell? This is the concept of driving a spacecraft without help of a fuel. Several of space missions have been launched. Space missions have been launched since yet, but still it is limited to the solar system because we have not a system which stores such a huge amount of fuel to go anywhere outward of the solar system. So we are just trying to replace this fuel system, and this can be replaced. Electromagnetic wave applies a pressure over a body exposed to it. That's why we are trying to use this pressure to drive the spacecraft. In the last paper that we have presented, that how can we come back, as radiation pressure is an outward force. Radiation pressure is outward force applying outward from the sun, and we are just trying to come back using this force, come back from a planet to the Earth. That's why it is some technique inspired from the back journey. That's why it is called back journey of solar cell. Next one. People in Russia and some people in planet, namely planetary societies, trying to develop the solar cell, but nowhere still came to a strong conclusion. Exposed to a larger time, that's why we can use this force maybe 3 days using this pressure only. There is no need of any type of